Puer Aeterni, or eternal child, is an archetype from Jung's analytical psychology, who describes a man who refuses to grow up. That's a really nice description, but what should we do with this? We could imagine a man who has an inner child, and the child is wounded, and also that child makes or influences decisions of that grown man. Puer often seems intellectually, emotionally and spiritually ahead of his peers, but he is unable to use these advantages in his daily life. We could also see this as a defense mechanism for failure, inadequacy or rejection. So what are the traits of such a person? First one is avoidance of long-term commitments. That goes for work or school projects or loving a relationship. There's always an excuse or something that is wrong, and the person ends up asking himself, why bother? Second trait is idealism and fantasy. That's the one that I personally feel the most. I would rather spend time in my head and make up fake scenarios in which the world I'm in is perfect, and when I try to do something, then it can only disappoint me because it will never be perfect as I want to. Third characteristic is fear of limitation. I think this sums up the previous 2 points brilliantly, because the person is fear to commit long-term commitment because he is sacrificing his potential for something that might not be the perfect thing from him, but in his head he wants to do everything perfectly. So yeah, fear of commitment, and the person will rather fantasize instead of doing something and committing to something and give up potential for other things. This unfortunately often leads to wasting time and ending up in dead-end jobs and life being lived unpurposely. Such individual might often say like, I would rather to someone to control me and give me orders like to a robot. But what happens when you actually give order to Puer? He often rejects and refuses to obey. This person is often sensitive and lacks self-sufficiency. So how one becomes a Puer? Well, I think that everyone goes through this phase, but someone doesn't have issues with this and is able to do hard things, and someone might have troubles or difficulties with this. And there are some root causes. I'm not including all of them because I don't know all of them, but here are some that I think are the most common. So the first one is a person or child grew up in hard environment at home. That means that the home was either unstable, or one or both parents were absent, or the person grew up to parents that divorced. Another group that could fit in this Puer could be gifted kids that grew up thinking or be praised as gifted kids, but they had a potential that they are not able to live up to. Third group that I have listed here are kids that grew up in a safe environment at home, and they faced no challenges as they grew up, but as they were integrated into the real world, then it became hard for them and chaotic and overwhelming. So what can be done about this? Well, maybe your first instinct is to abandon this child, but that's really not a good idea, as person that do this can often end up being joyless and soulless, and you will end up being an old grumpy man. So the idea is to provide a safe and adult environment in your own head so that it feels safe, and basically you need to become your own parent. Unfortunately, this cannot be fixed by taking a supplement and doing 5 push-ups, but this needs to be changed in your inner world, in your head basically. So the first step is recognize this in yourself if you have such a tendencies, and watch it as it manipulates your decisions. Unfortunately, the Puer could try to defend you in recognizing itself. So what would I recommend is taking 15 minutes and either laying down or sitting, just basically staring at the wall for 15 minutes with no music, no distractions, no pets, as my dog is here. If you'd have dog in your room, put them in other room and just be with yourself for 15 minutes. Just purely staring at the wall, doing nothing, and you'll be surprised what will happen. Because yeah, you will be bored. Yes, it will be boring, I promise that, but sometimes if you do it repeatedly and you increase the time, you often realize the things do you actually want to do and what are you scared of, and what this Puer tries to avoid doing the things that you want. So yeah, you basically need to do it to beat them. Do the hard work, you know, the thing that you are scared of basically. If you heard this and said to yourself, why bother? Well, then I might have a bad news for you. There is no universal cure. Everybody needs to investigate them for just themselves. But there are some general tips that I can give you. You can give up your potential. Maybe you want to do many things and you are not able to decide which one you want to do. You should just pick one and let off the potential of the other things. Do something and don't dream about it. Maybe what could help, if you are really scared, then you could travel. If you are scared to do something like start your own business or something like that, then maybe you need an experience. So I would advise to travel or get a part-time job to get more experience. Another thing that you could do is do the things that you are scared of doing. Maybe make a list of 10 things you are scared of doing and start with the thing that you are fearing the least. For me, as I said, the second characteristic is the closest to me, the idealism and fantasy, as I often make up fake scenarios in my head of like I'm successful or something, I'm happy and etc. And when I then try to do something really, then it can only disappoint me. So yeah, but I'm doing this video and you will see this video, so yeah, I'm not gonna stop. The tricky part is that you might have this inner child in yourself that is trying to protect you, but you don't have yet the experience or let's say the balls to commit to make some changes in your life. In that case, hopefully this video will catch you later again, and hopefully it will help you later on. And yeah, if you feel like you are afraid to begin this journey, then I would say experience life first and then come back, and hopefully this will help you so that you don't only dream but you also live.